Okay, so we do have the Two of Cups, which is, some type of a spiritual union, some type of a soul connection, some type of a soulmate, cord of attachment type of an energy coming through. We have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish card, is an emotional fulfillment card. It also indicates a situation where somebody is overindulgent or they have a lot of options. And as well, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords in this deck, it indicates kind of like spiritual ascension, okay? What I'm feeling here, let me see. Okay, so let's just look at this first. I feel like a lot of you were in a situation where you essentially have met your soulmate, and you are going through or you are experiencing a relationship where there is a lot of reciprocity. So this is somebody that a lot of you coupled people might have found the one that is right for you. And then others of you, I feel like you might have had this relationship in the past and you might have moved away from it because, that karmic relationship has ended and it went through its natural progression and now it's done and over with. I feel for a lot of you, they're still friendly speaking. You're still on friendly speaking terms with this person. So no matter who this person is, I still feel that, you care about them on a human level. They likewise still care about you on a human level. What I feel is that the person was somebody who was very protective of you. They made you feel good no matter what. They always took care of you. And they made sure that you were always safe, happy, comfortable, and, content. So I definitely feel there was a lot of love and in some type of a karmic relationship that you're in right now, or this has been something from the past, okay? For those of you who are still in it, I feel like there might be some arguments coming through for this month. It's minor. For others of you that have already, broken up with this person, it could be an ex-spouse, it could be an ex-lover, it could be, just somebody you had like, I don't feel it's one of those people that come in and out of your life, because I feel like the energy that they exude is one that is very harmonious. So a lot of you might have broken up with this person. And I feel with this card, the Four of Swords, it's sort of like somebody like not budging. It's like the relationship is not coming back together. You might have wanted it to come back together and you're still waiting for the person to be the first one to make contact, because I feel like you want to like cycle back to that period in time where you had this person, or you want something similar to what you used to have, okay? So I do feel a little bit of nostalgia coming back through from this spread, which brings us to the present situation. A lot of you might have been dealing with a water sign in the past, a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. And what's happening here is you've moved away from it with the Five of Cups. The other person might have also moved away from you. So depending on which equation, like which side of the coin you fall under, I feel that, there is still a lot of regrets, a lot of like things that were unsaid, a lot of like, I do feel regrets. I do feel almost like nostalgia for the past, reminiscing about the past, dwelling on the past and not being able to let go. So I feel some of you are still yearning for this. And I feel that there is, the water sign that you might have been with, and you really want the situation to come back around and to really work out. But what I feel here is it's linked up with the Ten of Swords, which basically means that you need to move away from it emotionally as well. All this dwelling, all this, beating yourself up over what really transpired in that relationship is really not helping you progress. And the important thing is, I feel like, that karmic relationship was there. It is done and over with. So this is kind of like, that last piece of closure that you're going to need in order to move on. And I feel like if it's a water sign that you were dealing with and you're hoping for things to get better, for things to come back together, I don't feel it's going to. And I do feel that it is in your best interest to try to move past it, because, with this card, there are two cups in the future. She's not looking at it. And the two cups means the Two of Cups, which means there will be another soulmate. And especially if you're in a soulmate connection or you have trouble letting go of those cords of attachment or cutting those ties, New karmic relationships can't come in if you're still dwelling on that previous karmic relationship. So keep that in mind. Others of you might have just resigned yourself to, moving on. And you are encountering a similar energy where, the relationship has new potential. So this is what I feel. There is a new water sign, brand new water sign that is coming through. Whatever situation that was in the past, I feel like you're moving on and you're starting to date, but a lot of you are still very fearful about, past disappointments. And it's sort of like you have somebody coming through who's very sweet and who's very sincere, but you doubt it, and I feel like you don't trust it. And because of past disappointment. So just keep that in mind. But I feel like it has the potential to pan out very wonderfully if you just give it the time of day and if you give the other person a chance, okay? Now, the crowning energy is something that you are thinking about. We do have the Nine of Wands, the Two of Coins, and the Emperor. I feel like a lot of you are reassessing whether or not to get involved with somebody. And I feel like this is a card about somebody who's been battle scarred, okay? And I feel like this is the person that you're dealing with. A lot of you might be dealing with a fire sign, a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. And what it's telling me with this card is the fire sign is somebody who's very, very adventurous, who has been through a lot. They might have had children out of wedlock. They might have, children that they physically need to take care of. They have a lot of wisdom through their life experiences, and it didn't make them jaded. It made them very strong. It made them very resilient. And as a result of it, they are pretty sure about what they want. So a lot of you are dealing with a person who is in a high position, such as a supervisor or manager. They make good money. They're very financially stable. And I feel like they're somebody that other people really look up to in their field. So you're encountering somebody who is actually, very adamant about pursuing you. And I feel like you're assessing whether or not to get involved with this person, because a big part of you feels to me like you're a little bit jaded. You might also have a proposal coming through from a water sign. So you might be juggling two options. You might just be dating two people or two different people, and you're trying to see, or you're trying to assess what's the best option that's available to you. So I feel like, either way, it's not a bad energy. It's just, I feel like with the fire sign, they know what they want. This is somebody who is dependable. They understand human nature. They've been through a lot. And I feel like they know about commitment. They know about sacrifice, and they know how to, truly love and invest their time and their energy into cultivating a relationship. So I feel like you're in good hands, okay? And a lot of you are just still deciding, reassessing, and weighing out the pros and cons before you make a move. The foundation is the thing on which the situation is built. We do have here the Four of Wands, the Temperance card, and the Three of Wands. The Four of Wands indicates some type of a union. This is a family relationship card. It's also a marriage card. We do have the Temperance card as well. And this is a card about patience, diligence, and the Three of Wands, which is waiting for your ship to come through. Now, for some of you who are in relationships, and you're not married just yet, you're not, committed to one another, I feel like a lot of you have somebody that you like, possibly a water sign. There's that fire sign too, but the fire sign seems like it's new. A lot of you might be, thinking about taking a relationship to the next level, moving in together, sharing a location, or at least kind of like solidifying some type of a union with another person, either verbally, like let's date exclusively, or physically, such as moving in, getting married, and things like that. But either way, I feel like you're thinking about this, and I do sense that you're waiting around for the other person to pop the question. And I feel that a lot of you are kind of like impatiently waiting. You might have been waiting for some time, possibly for the past a year or so. And I feel that the relationship is going to be taken to the next level, and it's going to be very stable. All of these cards as the foundation are actually very good because they indicate stability, and they indicate that, a lot of you might be in a soulmate connection where where you are living with the other person already. And you're just like, well, where do we go from here? The next logical step is to get married and have a family together. So I feel like you might have been together for quite some time and you're thinking you might have a discussion about, what do we do next? Where do we go from here? So those are important questions that are going to be raised this month. And I do feel proposals. I do feel like outpouring of love from other people to you and you out to other people. But more so, upping the commitment level within a relationship is highly indicated here. And I feel like it came as a result of, a lot of financial stability coming through from the partner as well. In terms of your future position, we have the star card, which is the card about wish fulfillment. This is kind of like, seeing that light at the end of that tunnel. And we have the devil and the seven of wands. Now, first of all, if you are dealing with earth signs, and this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I feel like their financial situation might have been in flux, but now things are getting better. They're on top of their game. They're no longer being controlled or, they're kind of like taking charge of their life. Okay. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the star indicates a lot of healing energy. So I definitely feel some type of solidification, coming through as a result of, if you're waiting specifically, there's going to be that moment where you both take the relationship to the next level. I do feel that, because relationships are being amped up, there are going to be some ground rules that are laid. There are going to be a little bit of restrictions associated with it as well. And as a result, you might need to, curb the way that you behave. They need to curb the way that they behave in order to navigate each other's space or navigate the shared space that you're going to be sharing with each other. We also have the seven of wands here. And what I'm feeling here is specifically some of you are, I feel like some of you are dating somebody, and I feel like your social group, your family might not approve. And I feel that, this is the month in which you might need to like not take this lying down, but like to really stand up for the people that you care about. I feel like there are social expectations and things like that, or there are restrictions that are really dampening the relationship. But I do sense that, this is the month in which you get on the platform and you start to, defend the other person against all opposition. So I feel that's what's happening here in the love reading for you. There are a myriad of ways in which this can play out, but I feel like you're a practical enough sign, okay? And you know that, where you're supposed to be headed. But I do sense that, especially for coupled people, there is going to be a little bit of conflict coming through via family members. And, people have a habit of chiming in where they don't belong. So just, if it's a relationship between you and your partner, I do sense that you want to keep it as such, okay? So for coupled people, there might be family issues. There might be, opposition coming in from the external environment. But it's going to bring you both together. I do feel that. And I do feel a lot of relationships that have been, functional being taken to the next level. And I also feel, a lot of the single people, there is new energies here for meeting people, new people. Water signs and fire signs come in very strongly, okay?